Okay, let's start with a quick review. Function, the description of how to turn one set of numbers, the domain, into another set of numbers, the range. Domain is just a fancy way of saying the x, and the range is the y. So a function turns x's into y's, and so that's pretty much what we did in Algebra 2, and Algebra 1. So let's talk about some function arithmetic now. And let's start off with the easiest one, addition. So the addition in function arithmetic is we're going to take the function f plus g of x. Now, to simplify that, that's just f of x plus g of x. Now, I wanted to do an example, but I sort of forgot to write what f and g were. So let's get out a pen and write f of x equals 3x minus 2 and g of x equals 5x plus 3. Now that we know what the functions are, we can take the f of x, which is 3x minus 2, and add that entire thing to 5x plus 3. I put the x's together because they're like terms, and I put the numbers without x's together because they are also like terms, and we're done. Next, we have subtraction, and I sort of didn't want to do this one because it's basically just addition, but there's one little trick, so let's go ahead and do it. So it's f minus g, the whole thing, of x, which is the first function minus the second function, which seems pretty easy. We plug those two in. We got 3x minus 2 minus the whole 5x plus 3. At that point, we got to remember that that negative sign goes to each thing on the outside. We combine like terms, which you can't see, and then we combine the other like terms, which you can't see. So hopefully, in a second, I will lift the whole paper up. And now the answer will appear, not because I made a new clip where I actually slowly raised up the paper so you could see the answer after I noticed that I did the whole thing wrong. Whoopsie! Multiplication of functions is probably the most time-consuming of them. Well, division, but we're not going to do it for real for a while. So, multiplication. I have f dot g of x. Then I notice my pen sucks, and instead of starting over, I just switch pens. So that is the same as f of x times g of x, which we're going to take one function and multiply it by a whole nother function. Notice this looks a lot like the multiplication of binomials. So here we go. I'm going to take the 3x and separate it and multiply it by the second function. And then I'm going to take the minus 2, separate it, and multiply it by the second function. Then I distribute, and I wind up with 15x squared plus 9x minus 10x minus 6. Remember, the negative sign in front of the 2 goes to everything. Combine like terms, and I'm done. Now, division is a little bit different. And different, I mean, is it can be really complicated, but we're just going to start off with the simple stuff. So what we're going to have is f divided by g of x, which is going to be the first function divided by the second function. And that means, and it's not on the paper, the top would be 3x minus 2, and the bottom would be 5x plus 3, which would be really cool if we could see that. And maybe I'll scroll up and we can see it. Maybe, come on. Oh, thank God. I don't have to reshoot this video.